Hey everyone, this is Vicious Panda 37 here. So a couple of weeks ago I did a review on Rage 2 and I said I'd do a bit of a follow-up on how I felt once I'd been playing it for a few weeks. So here's what I've been up to for the last few weeks playing Rage 2. Now, admittedly I don't have time to play it 24/7, day after day after day, so I am sort of eking my way through it slowly, but so far I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying raiding the bandit dens, some of which have varying degrees of difficulty. I have to say that the car helps a lot there. If you roll up there and there's a lot of guys, just lure them out the front and blast away at a lot of them. That thins the herd out pretty quickly. It's pretty handy technique. Also, I'm getting more powered up now, so I've been doing the mutants and the mutant dens. Look at those little critters. They come scrolling out of the dark at you. Whoa! Gun to the face, yep. So I'm working on some of those. I still haven't got very many guns. I've still got the rifle, and I've just unlocked the shotgun now, which is quite effective. It's got a secondary fire where it powers up and gives you like a sort of a massive single shot, which is quite good for taking down some of the big guys. But the scatter shot of the shotgun is quite handy when you've got a lot of guys barreling down on you at once. Oh, this big guy as well. He's sort of one of the bosses. He's got a big chain gun. Fortunately, Shatter worked quite well at him. Whew, he was tough. Not to mention the fact that there is a lot of guys. It's a real horde mode going into the tunnels and going after all of those guys. This guy was pretty hardcore as well. He's got some kind of energy weapon that gave me a lot of trouble for quite a while. There's also quite a lot of waves of guys. But yes, we're on the mission here. We were rescuing someone, Gulo and Razorneck Roost, which is a real bastard. Unfortunately, she didn't survive. And that didn't help either. Yo, I've got my red right hand of doom there. So, also, I still occasionally run into the odd glitch. It's nothing major. This one was a bit of a pain. I kind of went off the road and then got stuck. And it was a bit comical because I could not get the truck back up the hill no matter how hard I tried. There was a lot of wriggling and revving and trying to use the turbines, which is a shame because I really wanted this vehicle. I was going to take it back to the base and put it in my inventory, but it was not to be. Nope. I'm stuck in there good. That's ridiculous. Like a turtle that's rolled over. I'm not going to get off there anytime soon, that's for sure. Yeah, no, gave up on that one. Yeah, it meant the long trek back to pick up another ride. This was Razorneck Roost here, so there was quite a lot of the technological bad guys, whose name completely eludes me right now. But they're still pretty tough. So, Shrouded, yeah. So I stole one of their bike things instead. That was kind of cool. The bikes are interesting to drive, but they don't stay on the road particularly well. They're a little bit difficult to control. But I'm getting better with the vehicle now. It's quite a lot of fun to barrel up to someone with the turbine on and then sort of swing around and slide the back end and then kill the whole group in one hit with the car. Yeah, it did not work well at all. Yeah, squishy cactus. So I'm at the point now where I've found the three main towns with the three main guys, and I'm just working my way through the quest lines there. Whoop. Collided with something. So I'm working my way through the quest lines now and unlocking those. This was another base that I found on the outskirts of the town. It's some sort of recharging depot for the Shrouded and that. So that was actually quite tough. I got pretty well hammered. They immobilized my vehicle, so it's over there smoking in the corner. But I just did a number of hit and runs heading in and out of town till I was able to get them all. Initially it's quite hard when you're not that strong, but as you start to unlock the powers and things, it gets a bit easier. Some of the bandit dens now are pretty easy to take out. I also unlocked a power where I can detonate the explosive containers and things from a distance, which is quite handy as well. Oh, this is Lusum Hagar. This was another one of the bosses that you do the work for. So we met up with her and had a bit of a shootout. That was a bit of fun.
Huh. Just a very exclusive list knows about that project, and you're not.
Not super friendly though, I have to say.
Crowley, huh? Crowley's dead. Vineland was razed to the ground.
She gets friendlier. Most of them do once you start doing things for them.
I'm Walker, last of the Vineland Rangers.
So there's been a fair variety of activities. Obviously, there are the main storyline ones. Otherwise, there's a lot of busy work, so a lot of bandit dens and things like that. Opening up various blockades and things that are around. Clearing out mutant infestations. I've just been doing some more of the storylines, so I've been to the Space Center and I've brought down one of the satellites, which Dr. Kvasir, the mad scientist, is now using the computing power on to work up some kind of weapon or tool that I'm going to use to take out the main bad guy. But there's certainly plenty of busy work and little things around the place, and guys on the side of the road fighting. The Feltrite meteorites that come down, you can still go and collect the Feltrite and clear out the little horde of guys that gather to fight over that. Powers are a lot of fun, but I'm really trying to find more arcs so I can get more weapons. I really would like things like the rocket launcher and stuff like that. The defense turrets, there are like these big defense towers. They're hellishly difficult to get through, especially as they become harder as well, where they have multiple modes of fire. I'm still finding those very, very hard to get through. I did go and try the Mutant Bash though, which I think was a lot easier than it was on the first game. I did find it pretty difficult to get through on the first one, particularly the waves. Oh god, look at this guy. This is Laguni. This is one of the hick towns when you go looking for Kvasir. It's in like the swamps. All this guy does is puke his guts out. I mean, they really look like they're the sharpest pencils in the box, don't they? Frankly, I'll be amazed if this guy doesn't cut his fingers off. Yeah. and look at the entertainment. Yeah. Wow. Well, apparently there are no women in the future to dance. I mean, that's the best you can get. There's another one puking. Yeah, so. So there is a lot of fire. Get used to that. I have to say the fire is fantastic in this. Really beautiful. The explosions are great. But yeah, I really like some better guns. Just try to hit those barrels up there as well and take them out from a distance. Here we go. Yes! Boom, Betty. Nice one. So it's gradually getting easier as I'm getting more and more power-ups unlocked and things like that. I'd still like to find better weapons, so I'm going to have to start looking more aggressively for some of the arcs. See what we can obtain.
Security scanning complete. Welcome to ARC 410B.
I still haven't got the ground pound power yet, although the shatter / force push is quite handy to get. Oh, I got a gun. Nice. Firestorm pistol. I think this is the one that shoots a little round out and then you snap your fingers and detonate it. Okay, here we go. We found Kvasir finally. He's hiding out in the swamplands, riding around on his disgusting creature thing.
Dr. Anton Kvasir.
Honestly, he was a fun character. It was nice to see him again from the first game. The mad scientist archetype.
Helped create their mutant soldiers.
So that's all of the 3 main characters found now, so it's just a case of continuing their various missions and unlocking their things and getting more and more power-ups. And that should move us towards the end game where we have to face the General.
It's an impressive setup. Dr. Kvasir?
Kvasir, yes. My lab suffices. Thanks. My research used to be more mechanically inclined. But over time, the machines, it turns out, fail. I prefer to rely now on genetically engineered solutions, simply because they can heal.
Makes sense, I guess.
I hope you don't mind, Walker.
So I'm back out hunting the swamplands now, get those missions done. I'm starting to run into a lot more authority. They're definitely hard, apart from the fact they're invisible, they're also heavily armoured as well, so they can be quite difficult to dispatch. I'm still finding them quite challenging at the moment with my current power level. So, best tactic for them is just move fast and try and splash as many of them as you can. We can get close enough, we'll get them grouped up to take a few out. Yeah, I'm definitely in the market for the rocket launcher. I'll have to find that, I think. Especially with some of those watchtowers as well. They're super difficult to take down, especially at the higher levels. With just the assault rifle. I need something that packs a bit more power. But I have unlocked the defibrillation power now, which is becoming quite useful. So when you get knocked down, you can tap these buttons to repower yourself and regain some health. So sometimes that can make the difference between dying and going on to continue fighting for a bit longer. One thing I have noticed is there is a distinct lack of creatures in the game. I haven't hardly seen any, except for these couple of bison things, or maybe a couple of dogs. It's sort of a bison crossed with a gorilla, I guess. But yeah, not a lot of creatures, which is disappointing. It was something I would have really liked to have seen more in the game, just because they add a bit of flavour to it. But they were pretty cool. Of course, that inevitably leads to you have to kill one to see what happens, whether or not it pays off in any kind of item or anything. So, otherwise, I'd have been happy just to let them wander the swamps. Test the firestorm out on them. Boom, baby. I feel sad now. One group of people that I don't feel sad about it. These sewer mutants, they're a real pain in the ass. This is another horde wave again. The hanging glowing pods are some sort of mutant pod thing that you've got to clear out. There's 31 of them in this one, so it can be a bit full on trying to get rid of all of those while you're being pursued by hundreds of mutants. I'm getting better at it anyway. Certainly getting easier as I get more powered up. I was going to make that barrel explode. That did not go to plan. You can also take fall damage as well, so you got to be a bit careful with that. Yeah, look at that. Ticks everywhere. And these are little ones, there's some really big ones in the game as well. There we go, grenades help clean those out pretty easily. Double jump's quite handy as well to stay away from them. Get a bit of air. Helps with your maneuverability. Honestly, I spend most of my time just trying to find the things to get. Especially when you're running around like a madman being pursued by everything. There's quite a lot of loots and goodies. The crate thing can be a bit of a pain. You can stand at the crate and keep swiping furiously and that crate won't break. So I found what works quite well is to crouch and then smash the bottom crate, and you can kind of take out a stack of crates pretty quickly that way. Also, general rule of thumb, the bosses seem to like hanging out on the high points. So usually when you go up to one of these, there's usually bosses up there somewhere. I've also been looking for dead ranges. I found a few of those. I can't say I find the wing stick particularly useful. It's a bit hit and miss. Well, bit and miss mostly. The force push works pretty well. There we go. Fling him off the building. Nice long way down off the tower. And there we go, dead ranger. Oh, and these mechs have started to pop up around the swampland as well. They're like something the orcs might construct in 40k. But, they're a bit tough, lots of fire, lots of explosives. Probably still not as bad as anything the Authority throws at you though, some of those cyber creatures. I want to say cyber demon, but I know that's Doom, so that's not it, but yeah, there's a really big creature that you have to blast the crap out of and then attack this little fusion pack on its back to take it out, and that takes a long time. I've actually run out of ammo trying to do that a few times now, so... Anyway, that's how my current adventures are going, so I'm going to persevere with Rage. I hope you enjoyed that, and check back. I might do another follow-up as I progress through the game, but it's really awesome. I suggest you get the game and check it out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Click on subscribe. Bye.